Hey, my name is Emmy. So I started this channel because I've been working at TechSmith for 4 years, and it just dawned on me that prior to coming here, I was working completely differently and very inefficiently. And now that I've been here and locked in for a little bit, I'm really starting to take for granted that, oh, most companies work this way. Most people use video messages, most people use visual communication, but the more and more I actually talk to prospective users and even our current users, I'm realizing we're overthinking it. So, this is a behind the scenes, unfiltered, one take only, imperfect YouTube channel that shares stuff that we use our products for to communicate better at TechSmith in hopes that then it helps you adapt some of these practices too. All right, so I'm recording this in a free online version of Camtasia. It's called Camtasia Online. You can go to camtasia.com to grab this tool for yourself. It's forever free. There's no catch. There's no credit card required, nothing like that. The reason that we made it is simply because we believe in the power of visual communication and video communication. Eventually, we do hope that some of you will want to level up into some of our paid tiers, but really you could use this and share your videos watermark free forever. So Camtasia Online is a screen recorder, or like I'm doing right now, you can do camera only. All right, so I'm going to end this scene. I'm going to start a new scene and show you how I recorded this message. And the use case that I'm going to use today is Camtasia Online is really good for brainstorming without the meeting. I'm obviously working remote today. We're a hybrid company. But there's something tough about brainstorm meetings. Like, I like to talk, I can think pretty quick on my feet, but there have been so many times I've been sitting there looking at coworkers like, oh, I know you have something good to say, speak up. But that's not how they're wired. So, brainstorming through Camtasia Online instead, where you flip the meeting, really helps level the playing field and really helps make sure that you get everyone's thoughts in that meeting, all the best information. Let me show you how. All right, welcome to Camtasia Online. So, what you have just entered is our free online screen recorder and collaborative video maker. I'm really most excited about the collaboration workflow, but we're going to save that for a future video and focus this one on our first use case, which is getting people ready for a brainstorm session, which a lot of people really dislike brainstorm sessions. And I think it's just because they're not given the context before they come in. So you waste a ton of time with people not on the same page. Some of the ideas are way out in left field. So you can prep people in advance of a brainstorm meeting, give them good information, then everyone comes into the room informed and you can have valuable discussion. Here's how you do that with video using Camtasia Online. You're given two options at entry. Now, this is after you've signed up and signed in, you've enabled your camera and screen sharing permissions. Cool. You can either record or import an image to record over. For this purpose, we're going to choose record. Your next option is, what do you want to record? Your screen, your camera, or both? I made a quick slide with some data to guide our conversation, so I'm going to choose both. Here I have the option to choose a specific tab to record, a window to record, or entire screen. I like to go with entire screen because then I can move around a little if I need to and nothing gets lost. I can also share my system audio, but I don't have audio in what I'm about to share, so I'm just going to leave that off for now. Now, let me turn off this web camera because you're going to see my picture in picture in the actual demo of Camtasia Online, and I don't think you need two of me. All right, so back to Camtasia Online. I hit share and it's going to load this awesome preview. Hello. Now, over on the left, this is where it gets really fun. You can play around with hundreds, maybe even thousands of different layouts and looks. Now, these are AI powered. Our dev teams went to great lengths to make us look good just by clicking around. It's going to apply different effects and backgrounds depending on the layout that we choose, but you have the ultimate control. So you are not stuck with any layout, you are not stuck with any background, you are not stuck with these purple borders. You can control all of that, and let me show you how. Okay, I am going to be sharing some data, so I could choose to focus my viewer on the screen focused, but my data's like not super earth-shattering and not crazy detailed, so I'd rather go with a balanced look, and that would look more like this: equal part camera and screen. You have the option to be camera focused, You have the option to be screen only. You have the option to be camera only. Now, don't sweat this choice because one really great thing about Camtasia Online is even after I record, even after I save, even after months go by, I can come back. This is all non-destructive editing and change my mind and keep changing these looks and layouts. Very cool. Now here's that selected look customizable button that I mentioned earlier. I can change the size and position of any of these elements. Again, all in the free version. I can say, yay, nice job, dev team, on these effects, but I want to control it. I really want corner rounding on both my screen and my camera. So lots of control here. And the background, while there are a ton of fun and wild ones, I'd like this to be a little more serious. So I'm going plain Jane here. Okay, I'm all set. I like my look and layout. Again, it's okay if you change your mind. You can change the background, the effects, all of this later. It's time to record. So I hit start recording and I have prepared just a couple of Google slides to give context and be my screen share information. So I'm going to hop over to that tab and just talk about it. Listen, team, before we get to our brainstorm meeting next Wednesday, we have to think about our traffic to our new product page. While we did have a great week last week, how do we keep momentum? In what ways can we increase organic traffic, sustain resources for these email efforts, which resulted in that peak last week? And what are some new sources that we can come up with? So I'm looking to this team to come prepared to Wednesday to discuss, all grounded in the same data. Now, okay, that was a pretty simplistic view. Most of your meetings, you're probably sharing a lot more charts and data in this video to prep people, but please keep it under, 2 to 5 minutes is the sweet spot because nobody likes to be asked to watch a big long video prior to the meeting. Give enough context to set up good conversation and then let the conversation happen there. Okay, so we're hopping back to Camtasia Online where now I hit stop and you can see my video. Oh, this is the perfect example. My face froze in a really weird spot. So I can hit trim. I'm going to go ahead and just trim that off. I mean, there, it's a little bit better. Again, I can change my mind and move around my layout, my look, anything I want. But let's get back to business here and get ready to share this video with the team. So I'll turn this camera back on now that I'm not double talking to you and show you your share options. Up in the right-hand corner with export, you can pop this over to Camtasia Editor where you can also use that for free. Now your export from there would have a watermark, but it gives you a full host of really powerful video editing tools. You don't need it for this video. This is a one and done internal prep. You're not going to watch it 100 times or send it up to stakeholders. Probably not going to need the editor for this one. You could export this video as an MP4. Camtasia Online allows you to export an MP4, no watermark, and share it wherever you want. That is an option if you have a company intranet or some way of communicating. I'm guessing though, to prep someone for a meeting, that's not even a necessary step. You just need a quick link in the cloud. So that's where you can use this free cloud sharing platform screencast that is built into Camtasia Online. Now, when I click this link, it's going to generate a link and let me show you in another scene exactly where that takes your recipient. So here it is. Our link has exported and it is ready to share. I can either view that or copy the link. Now, when I copy the link, you can simply paste that wherever you communicate with your team every day, whether that's Slack or Teams or in an email. Copy and paste and send. And when you do and your teammate opens that link, they get a view that looks like this. Here's your video. You'll have the opportunity to add a title, add a description, whatever you'd like. You get the point. But more importantly, your coworker, your colleague has the opportunity to view this video. Our traffic to our new product page. Great. They can react with these great emojis along the bottom. If they do, that's time-stamped on your video for you. You're receiving an email notification. You're watching this view count go up. So you know, oh, I've got 5 people in that meeting next Wednesday and only 2 people watched it. That means not everyone's coming in prepared. So you have that little indicator. And let's say they have questions, comments, want more information. They can add those comments. I have a question here. They also timestamp on your video. They could add annotation if they need that. Lots of very helpful tools to give context and make sure that everyone has a chance to absorb the information, respond, and walk into that meeting prepared. Now, what does it take to view this in Screencast? Do they need to log in? Nope. Do they need a sign in? Do they need an account? They need nothing. Anyone can view this link. You can passcode protect it if you so choose, or you can simply share away and they can absorb the information, get the information with simply a click. Okay, that is Camtasia Online, how to get a team on the same page before a brainstorm session, how to make the best use of your time together, how to work smarter and work forward faster. I hope to see you for future tips and tricks as we too are learning both from our user base and from our own day-to-day use of our products here at TechSmith. Thanks.